Welcome back to Event Advice. It's 2025. What a fabulous start to the year. I keep seeing all these messages about wishing January is over, and if I'm honest, I've enjoyed every second of it. So it's a great start to the year. We've got a slightly different event advice this time round. We're really lucky. We've got a great guest in from Dorset Chambers called Ian, and we're going to be talking about what Dorset Chambers do to support their member community, how we collaborate, how we share, how we're creating best practices. So Ian, welcome. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks very much for having me as well today.
Do you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself and then we'll get into the detail?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Ian. I'm the Chief Executive of Dorset Chamber. I've been Chief Executive for just over 11 years now. It's a fantastic job that I absolutely love to bits. We're based in Poole, but we work across the whole of Dorset, and I'm privileged to be part of an absolutely brilliant team within the Chamber.
We are delighted to be a member of your community. It's a fantastic community. We were just chatting before coming upstairs to do this, and you were showing me some of the meetings that you've been having, and it was really exciting and motivating to see the type of businesses that you've been meeting in the last few weeks. The success of those businesses is just fantastic.
So we have a membership of around 700 businesses, but you know, we work beyond our membership as well. I always really enjoy getting out to meet our members and to see what's going on within their businesses, to see where we can support, etc. You know, and it's a tough climate, we know at the moment. There's no denying it's a tough climate. But, you know, it's been really motivational for me, particularly the last couple of weeks when I've been out a lot, seeing so many very different businesses and hearing about their successes, you know, and this is across the whole range of sectors as well.
It's a real privilege in many ways. You have the opportunity to go and meet so many people working in so many different sectors, all with the same objective of kind of grow something so that it employs people from the local community. But you get insights into so many different kind of minds and approaches in different businesses.
I do, and it's such a privilege to have a job like that. You know, I enjoy it so much, and it's really inspiring when you go out and you see what's going on. Dorset is home to such a huge range of very diverse businesses. And some of those businesses don't make a huge amount of noise about themselves, but they get on and they do stuff. Quite often they're world leaders and they're tucked away somewhere down the lane or on an industrial site somewhere, doing the most, bit like us really here today, doing the most incredible things on a global level. And they just get on and they just do it. It's fantastic to see it.
Well, I think you mentioned it's a slightly tough climate at the minute, and there's no question that that's true. I mean, there's geopolitical issues that we're seeing, and you know, a change of government is always a time of a bit of stability concern. But that's when something like what you guys do is so important, because it can bring communities together through collaboration.
I really believe that. I think it's really important, and you know, we are such strong believers of community. Community for me has always been at the real heart of what we do, and it's a community of people that can come together. We create business friendships. You know, they're not just business contacts to sell at each other. We try to create really meaningful relationships with businesses where businesses can work together, they can share, they can collaborate, and know they're not alone as well, because being in business is a lonely, tough place at times. I also think it's important that we, you know, it is a tough climate, as we've said, and we shouldn't be naive, but we should also be showing leadership within the business community and giving a message of positivity and not be doom mongers and say, you know, interest rates doing this and unemployment's up. That may be happening, but we still need to make sure that we are looking forward and not talking business down.
Be the best you can be as a business, I think, is the key bit. I've really tried over the last 18 months, and I've been sending actually our product director Will, who's over there, some local agency contacts of late to focus on finding suppliers, finding people that can support our business growth that are local, because there are brilliant people here, and quite often you put in a search in the internet and it will give you a company in London. There's nothing wrong with that, just to say I have no issue with London. I love London, but we should look at those great minds that are in Dorset and those great businesses that are here.
There's an awful lot of local supply chain work that takes place as well. And when I go and meet businesses and we talk about their supply chains, you know, pretty much all the time I get told, you know, we really focus on developing local supply chains, and that's something we can really help share as well. If businesses are looking for suppliers in certain sectors,
Yeah.
you know, we're really strong at communicating with the business community, and that's something that we can support. So, but yeah, local supply chains are so important.
And how do you deliver that kind of collaboration and build that community? What different mechanisms do you put in place?
So I think obviously during the pandemic we went online.
Hmm.
We hadn't really done much online before, and you know, we were bringing together 120 people at one time online for networking. It wasn't really just networking, it was
No.
about supporting each other. How are you
Yeah.
doing? People checking in on each other. So that online community built very quickly and was very strong.
Yeah.
We're still doing a bit online, but we've definitely sensed that people are really keen to come back together.
Yeah.
So we run a whole host of different types of events where we'll bring people together to collaborate, to meet, to create those relationships. Those events are really, really successful. We do those in a whole variety of ways across the whole of Dorset, and a lot of what we do is matchmaking.
Yeah.
So every time I go out and see a business, I'll come away with at least 2 or 3 connections
Yeah.
that I need to make, and I was doing that last week, and sometimes people don't know who to speak to or
Yeah.
right organisation. Of course, we know because we're out there.
You can play that role.
And we do that all the time. We're always connecting people,
Yeah.
myself, my team, in the way that we work, and that's really vital.
I mean, we obviously a technology company for the events industry, and we're really happy to be supporting you with, you know, hopefully elevating that for the delegates
Yeah.
in the way that we will do with our technology. But the fact that you know these companies so well is unique. And Will's currently building a beautiful piece of technology for matchmaking, and it's an AI kind of learning algorithm. So did it go well? Who should you meet? Shared interests. There's lots of learning. But, and I say this, and it is a but, there is nothing better than someone who has deep understanding of a community
Yeah.
and how to say, right, irrespective of what it says on LinkedIn and irrespective of what information they give here, I know that that person is a good fit for that person.
Yeah.
You will never beat that. We'll do our best to support those connections.
Yeah.
But that's so valuable.
It is, and it's knowing the right person to speak to as well within the business as well. Some organisations that we work with, they're huge, and people, you know, don't know what's the best route into those, and we'll always have a dedicated point of contact to work with.
Yeah.
And it's really valuable, and it saves people so much time. And we know that when we connect people, there's always going to be a really warm response on the other end as well.
I was almost assumed initially when we were looking at Dorset Chambers a couple of years ago that it'd be very tailored towards the kind of small businesses.
Yeah.
What I've been so surprised at is the size of businesses that are part of your community. It ranges from,
Yeah.
you know, that small family-owned business, you know, probably ourselves, would be in that small middle category, I think, but some huge global brands as well.
People will join for different reasons. It is, as I say, it's around 700 businesses that are in the membership, and it really is a mixture of sectors and mixture of size of business. And those larger businesses will, you know, the bigger businesses will get involved because they feel they should be part of that. We're the accredited Chamber of Commerce for Dorset, so we are, you know, nationally we're a powerful business voice through the British Chambers of Commerce. Those larger businesses will get involved from a policy perspective, to enhance their reputation, to build their own contacts.
Yep.
And for some of those for those smaller businesses, we offer some very tangible benefits such as HR advice lines, legal expensive cover, access to
export import. I saw
export import is a really big part of our work, so we can offer some really quite practical support to those smaller businesses as well.
There's a training, there's an education element, there's genuine supporting services for organisations. How many events are we looking at per year? I know it's quite a lot for small.
It's about 80.
Yeah, I mean, it's
about
vast,
80.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot. Very, very different, very varied as well. We're always looking at how we can keep the events moving forward. We don't want them to be stale. We want them to be friendly, really enjoyable, which is really important. You don't want to go to business events that you don't want to go to particularly.
Yeah.
And we try to make them very human, and the feedback we get is really positive on those.
What you're talking about here echoes everything that I believe is important at events at the minute, and everything that I'm seeing from So often the events that we work with, we do, lots of membership communities where we might have a platform that bring that community together, or a single event which brings a community together. But so often, or quite often, it's a big corporate that are getting their team together to share a message and to, facilitate collaboration and innovation amongst their team. But it's the same, exactly the same, whether it's that corporate doing it as it is for you.
Yeah,
You're talking about bringing people together to share best practice, to facilitate conversations, and to deliver content as well.
yeah.
It's everything that we see that is good at the minute.
And some of the relationships we've helped forge are really fantastic. And quite often we don't realise that that relationship has come from meeting at a chamber event.
Yeah,
So we can be real catalysts for businesses working together, and different types of partnership. I mean, JP Morgan, for example, worked very closely with AFC Bournemouth. They're both premier business partners.
yeah,
But it was through the chamber, and they're doing some great stuff together. But they connected through the chamber. We help facilitate that relationship, and there's lots more, examples of that in the way that we work. So, but it's a community that we're really proud to be part of. I'm lucky enough to work with an absolutely fantastic team that take a huge pride in what they do, and it's really rewarding. We're doing something really positive,
yeah.
and we really enjoy it and take a lot of pride in it as well.
That's the key for me. The first time I met you, I knew you were a positive, driven person, and that, for me, that's one of the key fundamental of business, is trying to retain that positivity, like you said. And
Yeah,
you've been very pragmatic, because there are times it's not easy, but if you go through a not
yeah,
easy time without positivity, you're doomed. But
yeah,
if it's not easy and you're positive and you collaborate and you're creative, you can really flourish.
yeah.
And I think that's what we're seeing with so many businesses
Well,
locally.
we're a business ourselves.
Yeah,
People often think maybe we're funded by the council or funded by the government. No, we're not. We're not for profit as a business, but we're commercial as a business, and it's quite a challenging business model. So everything that we talk about with businesses, we can relate
yeah,
to. We completely understand that. We have to generate our income streams. We have to modernise. We have to, look at how we improve our productivity. We have to develop new services.
yeah.
So everything that we talk to businesses about, it sits at the heart of what we do as well.
Yeah. There's a few things you mentioned already that you should be incredibly proud of, but is there a particular moment that you're really proud of at your time with the Chambers?
So I think for me, I hadn't been chief executive very long, and we had a phone call one day saying we'd like to organise a ministerial visit to Dorset. And we were quite excited about that, and they weren't allowed to tell us who it was, and we had to get 100 people in a room for an event where no one knew who was coming. It was just going to be a minister, and when that person arrived, it was David Cameron. It was the Prime Minister.
Wow.
And I was on the stage with the Prime Minister. So I'd been chief executive for about 2 years, and I was called up to give a speech. I wasn't told I was going to be doing that at all, and I thought, I can't believe I'm on
What a
a stage
moment.
with the Prime Minister, and I was on front of business magazines with the Prime Minister, which was fantastic. I'm so proud of what we've achieved the last couple of years with our business festival.
Yeah.
We've run that for 2 years running, which has been a major conference, awards, an expo in Bournemouth with over 500 people there. We're really proud of that. And then another piece of work which I'm really proud of is the work we did around menopause awareness a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So still very much a taboo subject, certainly quite a taboo subject. I've not seen other chambers of commerce lead on this, and I led that campaign as well. And, we had television coverage on that, and that was really about elevating the conversation. It's okay to talk about menopause awareness.
Yeah.
And this was for men as much as it was for women as well.
Yeah.
So I was really proud of that work that we did as well.
Rightly so. And what are you most excited about in 2025?
What am I most excited about? Well, I'm excited about building our own business. We're looking at, we've got some changes, some improvements we're making within the chamber this year, and I'm quite excited about those. My team are all positive and ready to go. I'm looking forward to continuing to develop the range of services that we offer. I can't talk about them yet, but we've got some nice things happening.
Yep.
We've got some really exciting new businesses coming into the chamber at quite a high level as well. Very excited to work with you.
Oh, thank you.
CrowdComms. I mean, the we'd love to embrace technology, and I think working with you, working with CrowdComms on our events is going to take it to a new level, in the way that we can create new relationships, work with our sponsors,
Yeah.
add to the value of our events, and bring that real technology to that. That's hugely exciting, and my team are really looking forward to it as well.
Well, your team are great, and that is as good as the technology is. You need people behind it to best leverage it, and your team will do that, and we will support them in doing it.
We
I'm
are
really excited.
so excited about it, ridiculously excited about it.
We are. Thank you very
But
much.
it's
That's
going to be
absolutely great to hear.
it's going to be brilliant, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it's going to work. I'm really looking forward to working with you to take our services up to the next level. It's going to represent income generation opportunities for us as a business as well, and I think there's an opportunity for us to work with you in helping the wider business community benefit from what you're doing.
And dare I say it, and this is in transparency of true collaboration. We are also already seeing the benefit, as we discussed earlier
Yeah.
on. So that is a pure example of collaboration, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much for coming in and chatting to me today. How do people become a member?
So people can just go on our website, dorsetchamber.co.uk, and you can see everything you need there. You can drop us an email, you can join online, but we'd probably much rather have a conversation with you than just fill out a form online. But dorsetchamber.co.uk, there's a whole range of different levels of membership in there, and we can really, understand what you're looking for and tailor the product to meet your needs.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining us. 2025, the year it all happens. Go and check out the website, check out CrowdComms, and we'll look forward to speaking to you soon.